It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. This is my first time trying a beer from Galton's Brewery. They're based in Norfolk, hence their Norfolk Ale. I'm presuming they're from Norfolk. And I believe this is the first time I've tried a beer from them. If I've tried a beer from them years and years ago, then an upfront apology. But I believe, when I seen this on the Beers of Europe website, I thought, oh, there's one I haven't tried before. Inspired by and handcrafted in Norfolk. It's 4% ABV. It's gluten-free. Now, I always store my beer cold, but the beer's been out the fridge now about 15-20 minutes, just to warm it up slightly. I think if you drink a beer too cold, I know if you drink a beer too cold, you lose the flavour of malt, you lose the flavour of hops. But so just to keep it fresh in the fridge, warm it up a little bit in the ambient temperature outside for 15-20 minutes, and you'll start to experience them malts coming back a little bit. And it's still cold enough to drink. You don't have to drink your beer freezing cold. Blue bottle cap, dark brown bottle. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening, beer in the glass. A nice little glug on the pour, which indicates a little bit of body on the beer. We've got a one finger, slightly off-white head. Good levels of carbonation as the beer rises up the sides of the glass here. It's a golden amber in colour. There's a slight haze there, so it's slightly unfiltered, but there's no kind of great big chunks of sediment in the bottom of this glass, so a very clean looking beer. I mentioned Beers of Europe earlier. This beer is available from Beers of Europe. They're the largest online beer store in the UK with a fabulous range of beers from all around the world. If you've been on holiday or if you've worked away and you want to try the beer you tried whilst you were away back home in the UK, the best place to find it would be beersofeurope.co.uk. They have just a wonderful selection from all around the world, from stouts to porters to IPAs to German Weiss beers and Doppelbocks and Helles and Belgian beer from literally most countries of the world. It's a large sort of farmhouse, well, I say a warehouse I should say, a large warehouse where they have a restaurant, a great big area for beer, lots and lots of beers in there, and a little bit of an antique shop as well, which I haven't been yet, I'd love to go. So that's beersofeurope.co.uk. There's a link in the description box of the video. On with the beer review then. Let's get the aroma on this one. We'll read the label later on, see what they're saying about the beer. But yeah, a good malty brew, this one. What I've noticed from Norfolk, Suffolk area of the UK is that they're very much hanging on to their, whereas a lot of other areas of the UK have either moved on to craft beer, something very hoppy, or modern sours and stuff, or it's moved over to lager. What I've noticed about Norfolk, Suffolk is there's a lot of traditional beer still down there if you look hard enough for it. Good malty brews like this. Beers that time forgot. It's a hint of nuttiness here. There's a nice sort of berry fruit aroma coming through from the hops in the beer. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Just splendid, absolutely splendid. I've sat in many beer gardens and experienced beers like this where the sun's shining on you. It might be mid-afternoon. I'm a mid-afternoon drinker myself. You got that first pint, you've gone for something slightly lower in the ABV because you know it's going to be quite a long afternoon. So you've gone for the 4%er, the traditional pub bitter, if you like. And there's nothing quite like it. I must have drank beer in this style from multitudes of breweries from all over the UK. And they all have this wonderful sort of nettily, hoppy, bitter finish, but then this wonderful biscuit malt flavour to begin with. So a lovely, and this is the point here, fantastic balance to the beer. You have this lovely, lovely kind of like sweet malt over here. Not overly sweet, but some sweet malt there. But it's balanced off with some wonderful bitterness from the hops. And it just works. It's like a hang glider flying through the air gracefully, balancing through the air. A little bit of carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. You've got taste buds all over the back of your throat, the inside of your cheeks, the top of your tongue. Taste buds everywhere. That carbonation is just sort of exploding that beer, pushing it round to the areas of your mouth where if a beer was flat it may not get to. But it's just a wonderful experience. The flavours are nutty, biscuity, bready. The mouthfeel is, for 4%, creamy and rich. It's decent beer. Decent beer. The hops on the back end are bitter. A bit of stinging nettle, which I kind of mentioned earlier. An all-round really good beer. Let's see what... right. Chef Galton. He's a chef. To create this light amber ale, I worked closely with Team Moongazer at the Norfolk Brewhouse. Ah, right. To combine the best of Norfolk malt with some stunning hops from around the world. A rich, clean, hoppy ale which complements the crisp batter and seafood flavours enjoyed at #1 Aroma, but is also crafted to be enjoyed with many foods. Cheers and enjoy Galton. So it's not Galton Brewery as such then. It's Moongazer, which the Norfolk Brewhouse, they make some fantastic beer themselves. Interesting. Good beer, good solid beer. Interesting. I'm going to say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.